We start our clan war, though, without further ado. On the left-hand side, Yumiko and WFZ versus Zoshishi and Shun. Let's get into it.
Tidewater Glades, once again, we have in the bottom left Shun playing as the undead with his ally Shishi. No race swapping over here. We saw earlier, in a very rare occurrence, Infi making use of undead with the Red Lord first into mass A-bombs. That was pretty cool. But here, what do we see so far? Looking pretty standard from the human side of things. Yumiko loves his MK first, but can you do that in 2v2 also?
Previously he was a big fan of a Blood Mage in 2-2 to distract and support. He went Archmage last time. Oh, MK it is with double racks. Against the Lich first by Shun. What is this? Random heroes? Keeper by...
It's Lich first by WFZ.
Oh yeah. Lich MK.
That's a lot of aggressive potential. It's not a lot of sustain at all.
Yeah.
Double racks. So it's either insane pressure or it has to be early expo. And their playstyle in the past used to be rather early expo focused. Dude, how cool is it that we see so much new stuff in 2v2 now?
I agree. Well elaborated.
Lich first.
Feels like they realized how important this is and that nothing is really established. So if you find something that works, I mean, there's a lot of combinations possible. And maybe a combo does not make sense on paper or through an entire game, but there's this one power spike, and that you can hit.
They're actually going aggressive, dude. They're actually not creeping. Double racks MK. What is that? Like Kings Pro? Oh, Stormbolt? Is that a surround? Oh, that was close.
But there's more bolts. That's no Nova anymore, though. That's all the Lich mana gone.
Yeah. So, Shun is coming over to help out his buddy, it seems. He's got DK Fiends. Standard.
Okay, Entangle against the single footman doesn't really do that much, as there's gonna be a lot of footmen.
Double racks for the aggression.
Ah, let's go.
I mean, hunts should work out pretty well here. But there's no hunts coming yet. If the Ancient of War falls, there's no hunts coming for a long time.
Is that the only Ancient? Is it not double?
I think it's the only one so far. Oh, nice Entangle. Takes out another footy.
Yeah. And mass repair. That's not that easy to deal with. I mean, there's a Nova soon. But then what? This aggression not working out that well.
So what it is accomplishing is preventing creeping. However, not just on the enemy, also on yourself. And MK and Lich are both super level hungry heroes. The DK is kind of fine on level 2, which is what Shun seems to be getting right now.
Keeper as well. With Entangle, it's okay at this stage. Treants will help a ton as well. Going for Ensnares on the Fiend now. That should be a kill. Oh, trying to fight out. Nice counter block by Shun. Oh, there's another Stormbolt. And the Fiend is dead. Shun, more of a caster than an actual player, but decent move so far. Oh, there he gets the Fiend surrounded.
Okay, it's 2 Fiends down. That's a lot of damage to Shun. Stormbolt, that's a surround. Has to TP, right?
Okay. Lich, not enough damage. Oh, is it?
Could have found the surround there, but didn't.
Okay, gets out with 30.
Another Fiend surround. That's the third one. And the DK surrounded. Oh my god. Dude, Yumiko with his Stormbolt surround all the time.
How is he not smiling all over the face? For WFZ, I would expect that! Oh, especially since Lich is falling. But that trade, absolutely worth it. Shoot is at like 11 supply.
Why didn't he TP with a DK though? That's kind of weird. Alright, keeper level 2. He can find more kills. Is his name Soju?
Soju something. Yeah, Soju 1.
Alright, here come the hunts. Do pretty well against the footies. Especially now that the MK's out of mana.
Oh, it was WFC at 11 supply, by the way. Did he not build anything? Double crypt Garg.
Gargs. Alrighty. Lich Gargs.
Gargs in 2-on-2. Well, it took some time for the hunts to come up. And now you have a counter to these hunts. How far is Web? I don't know.
And suddenly it makes a lot of sense that they focused on taking out these fiends so heavily early. Right, Keeper does get away though. Stormbolt's around could have been his end. TP had been used before. TK level 2, Crystal Ball. Is Yumiko just completely refusing to tech in 2v2? Is that what's going on?
No. He's always feeding hard until a certain point, until like WFZ is 50 or something. And then he techs but rushes immediately to tier 3.
No, last week it was this map. They were expanding in the middle.
Yeah,
and
last
Yumiko
week
had
too.
50 supply, only footies.
Yeah, last week, that's right. But I mean, in the history of this 2-on-2 team, we have seen human tier 3.
DK second. It's not a Lich solo. Which could have been pretty good, man. Like level 5 Lich in a 2v2, that sounds pretty good.
Yep.
Alchemist, by the way, for Shishi.
Acid Bomb pretty good. Heal Spray really good. Especially if there's later Clap and Nova to have that heal spray. Gonna be fantastic, but not on low levels.
It's Shun's Lich with Frost Armor first, by the way. Interesting.
Against the footies. Makes sense, I guess. Loses another feed. That's feed number 4 or something.
Yeah, this MK has a lot of mana still.
Yep. It's working out quite nicely. Shun with level 3 on the DK finally. Acid Bomb is really good against the footman. Yumiko's about to lose everything.
Yeah. Only the MK left. Seems to be 2 Stormbolts for him. And now Web is finished.
Yep. Ooh, seems like they're hard countered here. DK transfers the TP. Takes it. That was the MK's TP, interestingly. Shishi coming in with the block. Doesn't fetch the MK.
For the
But
level
that
1
Garg-
DK, the TP used seems a bit of a waste, but okay.
That guard play didn't work out.
Yeah. Gargs and footies. Like what's the plan here, guys?
I think it was a tier 2 timing, but that doesn't work. Still stuck. He could transition into Fiend relatively easy with Yumi feeding him. But that's not happening. He's sticking with Gargs.
Could also go Mass Frenzy Ghouls, but is that a good idea in 2v2?
Against
I don't know.
Alchemist and Hunts? I don't know. So Shishi and Shun, they weathered the storm. Level 2 storm, but no clap by Yumiko. That's a surprise.
There's a lot of question marks above my head. We're getting surprised by these 2v2 strats today, which I am happy we are. So, is Yumi teching yet is the question, or is it still just footies? Because I feel like no matter what WZ makes, if he's just accompanied by footies, isn't that a problem?
He definitely needs defend. Potion of Divinity, by the way. Definitely needs defend, but in general, it doesn't really matter what he does with the footman. There's Acid Bomb.
Yeah, I mean, if he has heal scrolls to back him up, they could stay alive a long time. If there's only piercing damage... So he's still only tier 1. Just defend footies, yo!
Yeah, and everything that WFZ does, it's only 45 supply. Level 2 DK helps, of course. Thank you, Dom Rambo, for the Prime sub. Yeah, I don't know how they're supposed to win this.
Why.R now moving as a duo. Oh, and guess what? The Lizard with the slam against footies. That's brilliant. Shishi, that is the perfect idea.
Haven't thought of that. Nice, I hope he gets it right.
On this map at the Merc, there's the Lizard with the slam ability. Very expensive. Slam is kind of like Clap, a weak form of Clap that a creep can give you. Alright, in we go.
Acid bomb on all.
That acid bomb and Nova!
That's just way too sick.
These footies are burning.
Hunt AoE damage as well. Ay, 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 ay. He can't web everything. But yeah, Lizard taking out easy.
Okay, he died pretty quick. That was not too sensational.
No.
But where's the damage for Yumi and WZ? They have footies and Gargs.
It's not happening.
Once they run out of mana, there's just no DPS anymore.
Shishi is down to 37. But I guess that's fine, as long as he has heroes and as long as he protects Shun, who's taking out one Garg after the next. Like one web, one focus by Garg.
I don't know what the game plan was here for Yumi and WZ, but it definitely didn't work out. We thought they were gonna be a scary 2v2 team, but this is gonna be their second loss, most likely,
and
in
against,
the second week.
Against Shishi,
unless they can somehow manufacture an insane comeback.
Shun, I don't know, shouldn't be playing the one-on-ones, but Shishi is a former 2-2 world champ alongside Fly. But I really didn't think they would be so scary, but they held on really well. Just one defense in the early, right? And then the game was theirs. Even though Shun lost a lot of fiends.
With his MK footy strategy, you need to get really far ahead. And how many fiends did they kill? Like 3, maybe 4? But it wasn't enough. I guess you need more. Levels now on WZ looking good. Level 4 Lich and DK. But still, only like Gargs and Destroyers.
What's the way out? Like, with Gargs, you could think of harassing an economy, but in 2-on-2, it's so easily fixable by getting resources transferred. I don't know. TP out by WFZ again. More resources that will not be put into a scary army.
Alright, Yumi is finally taking. He's getting MK solo experience. Now, if this MK gets to level 6 or 7, could that change things?
Well,
Shishi is going archers, against which Clap is crazy.
True, Nova as well.
However, Yumi would have to retrain.
He did already. It is Clap and Stormbolt now.
Ah, okay, good. And he's going Fiends now, is WFZ.
Okay. Getting better.
The famous Garg's Fiend army.
Oh boy. What's Yumi going for?
I think Breakers would be the best bet. Breakers or Knights, but Knights are far away.
With the rush tier 3, it still takes so much time. They're splitting up the map. Shishi and Shun are expanding. That's what Night of and Undead are usually doing when they think they have a lead.
Shun now slightly in upkeep. Quite a big army for him already. Purely Fiends, I imagine, must have upgrades on those as well at this point. MK in the Vanguard. Looking for a few more Stormbolt surrounds, perhaps? Wait, there's a Red Drake.
Yes, a Red Drake. Red Spot, Red Drake egg, I guess.
It's pretty
Yeah?
Pretty unlucky, I guess.
Ah, come on. Against Gargs, it's wonderful. And Fiends. So, here we go. Big supply by Shun. He's definitely the carry. Yumiko at 33. His tier 2 was not finished yet. We have a Blood Mage second to siphon the Alchemist. But in general, it just seemed like an overwhelming mass. So can the Mountain King carry? The claps are good, but immediately countered by heal scrolls. So that's certainly an issue. Yumiko and... Oh, that clap was huge! And he's standing pretty much in the middle of everything. Fiends are dropping. Coils are there, though. And now he's... Oh, he's not out of mana. Wait for it. There's a potion. So he can clap
There's also
even
the
more.
Blood Mage. Dude, these claps are insane.
Yeah.
How are you not focusing this Mountain King? Now they are.
With silence even.
Oh.
Coil. More right clicks.
Oh my god.
That was too close to comfort.
And now he's level 5. So is the Lich. This AoE is crazy. Siphon coming over. Next Nova is gonna hurt.
But Shun
Well,
still
actually,
has...
that Nova only hit one target.
Shun has so much supply and the Mountain King is out of the fight. He might be able to transfer mana, but not health. Level 2. Siphoning the DK, but that one's empty. Right click with the Lich. They hurt. And just Fiend storming into the human base. Nova, Blood Mage gone. Yumiko's falling right here.
Too many Fiends still left, despite all those crazy claps. Also some decent Novas. Seems like Shishi and Shun are finally doing it. Out of mana, but certainly not out of army. 5, 4, 3 heroes. Even if the mana isn't there,
Yeah.
the right clicks are still super strong.
Level 3 clap is powerful, but not powerful enough against 2 armies, I guess. Shun so comfortably at 60 supply. Also 700 gold. And that's the DK dying. Oh, is it? No.
Barely gets away, but as we take a look at the supplies, especially a Yumi down in the dumps. Oh my goodness, 21 only. 5 of that is stuck in the altar with a Blood Mage.
Yeah, that is desperation right here. Yumiko having faith in his Mountain King and his ally WFZ. Nova's always decent to get a kill here and there, but... Okay, Blood Mage
Those
is
are
back.
good. The clap and the Nova, but no follow-up. Gets a kill here, I guess. With the Dark Ritual level 2, there's so much mana. Oh, but the Lich needs to be careful. Coil not available for the first hero, and WFZ loses the Lich. That is a crucial part.
And that's GG. Damn. Shishi with a smile. He knows. Oh boy, what was that? Oh, sorry. What was that? A unique strategy once again by Yumiko and WFZ, but once again, this is not working out. The winner, Shishi and Shun, taking map number 1 for NP. And once again, we were wronged, praising the 2 and 2 of them so highly of Why.R. But their strats, they don't cut it anymore.
Yeah, it's just... When you go into 50-50 fights in the mid-game, Gargs and footies, man. Like, in what world does that work? There's no way that works.
Well, if they not get stormed in the first fight like this, and have the same transition, and take out a lot of hunts early, I can see the mass footman wrecking a base. Maybe that's their idea.
That's
I don't know, man.
And a lot of ifs, though.
Yeah, but what else?
Just tech, dude. Don't just play tier 1 max footies. And don't play Gargs, for God's sake.
You just don't have the creative mind of the geniuses Yumiko and WFZ.
Well, you know, when they start winning, I'm gonna be more open to their ideas. But as long as it looks like this, I don't know. I'm not so sure. So once again, Why.R loses the 2v2 to start things off. Remind there was the carry last game to keep him in that series or in that clan war. Is that going to be their first choice again for the 1v1?
We'll see in a bit. Joshishi certainly the star player. We have some highlights coming in. The first attack, the strong level 1 Nova Stormbolt combo. I think the first real mistake was not getting that keeper kill, or at least the TP at the tavern. Then the Lich was super dry and he couldn't use the Nova anymore. Yumiko was doing well with the surrounds on the Fiends. He got a lot of kills there, but wasn't enough. If they get the TP earlier, then this keeper is falling. But yeah, just not enough.
Would have cost them more spells though to get the kill again. I don't know. Like I think that this is as much as you can hope to get with this pressure. They got 3 Fiend kills and a DK kill. Like how much more can you realistically expect to get?
Win the game.
Win the game right there. With
yeah.
When MK won.
Yeah, level 1 rush, of course. Go for it. Lich loss was, of course, unfortunate as well. And then, at one point, Shishi and Shun stabilizing. Hans Fiends, timing push. Boom.
Hans Fiends against Gargs for these. There's just no way. There's just no way.
Thank you, it's ridiculous. 500 bits. A great day to enjoy some Warcraft. Indeed. 4 days in a row with a crazy amount of Warcraft.
Absolutely. Friday to Sunday especially is gonna be nuts. Today is kind of normal. We only have like what 7 hours here. Okay, you're doing Creep Jack after.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a fun one, huh?
And I have to do some home story Orga as well, I think.
They changed up the music. You don't have the rock music anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. Yeah, the claps were really good. Yumi was trusting on this Mountain King to carry, but too many heal scrolls. Too much.
Yeah.
They had like 4 heal scrolls in that fight.
Crucial counterplay there. Did that MK have a big involve in that fight, by the way? It seemed like he wasn't touched for half a minute.
Nope, he's vulnerable again. He's standing in the middle of everything, just come at me, bros! But they don't. And then they switch the target and then he was out of the fight. Yeah. Oh, we had a second lizard, by the way. I didn't even see that.
Oh, yeah. Was short-lived once more.
Yeah, the lizard, maybe not the best unit, but you know, a little bit of to show off.
I guess against the Bolt Lich Nova combo, it's really hard to keep alive against.
Yeah, that's true.
Looks cool, though.
Will be focused immediately. Cool production once again. Shout out to VSPN, our most beloved broadcasting partner in all of China. Whenever we were there and they were there, we had a blast. You can follow them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. VSPN Esports. And that is the one-on-one. The one-on-one coming up in this series. NP takes the 2-on-2. Who will be seeded? Who is there to turn this around and save Why.R? Remind Yumiko, WFZ for Why.R, Shishi, Fast, Sini, and Shun for NP. We'll see each other after a little break. Okay, statue.
Should not surprise.
We go into the first one-on-one Remind versus Sini. In the Night Elf versus Orc matchup, we see Remind for Why.R, who are currently down a map, versus Sini, former practice partner of Foggy, in the pink Orc pants in the bottom left of AZ.
Pink pants, man. That sounds amazing. I want to have some of those. So, let's go in. What are we going to have here as the first hero? Keeper and Demon, both an option. When we saw Sini last... Well, I guess it's more up to Remind here what we're going to see.
Last time we saw Sini, it's a Demon Hunter, no Keeper.
Hunter.
When we saw Sini last, it was reversed roles. He was the Night Elf playing against an Orc. He knows this matchup inside out from both perspectives.
Yeah, absolutely. Dryads, MGs, very popular on this map, by the way. The great thing here is you start off with an instant level 2 creep and 2 items for the Demon Hunter right away. And can even look to gather up more in the middle at the trolls.
Yeah, Remind had some cool creep routes so far. Did surprisingly well. Who did he win against last time? Yumiko on this map?
Yes.
So good start for the former second best Night Elf in the world. Lightning Shield creep easy. And what's the Blade Master doing? Stacking him up? Kinda hard to do. Gloves of Haste for the Demon. Okay, but guaranteed level 2, no deny. So is it early aggression by Sini right away? No, going to the trolls.
Yeah, not going for the claws, but rather the troll camp first. With the grunt pulling out some of the creeps, you limit the damage, and that makes it so that you don't even need heal cells for quite a while. This makes for a super fast orc tech. Tome of Agi, that's pretty nice. And a circlet as well. Good start for the blade. Experience lead here, of course, for Remind. Goes for a Dust of Appearance and a circlet also. Heavy investment on the inventory early. Small map here. AZ, of course. Very easy to scout out where your opponent is. Remind would love to just keep on creeping now, go for the trolls. But it's dangerous with the Blade Master around and always willing to steal some of your creeps away.
One wisp detonated, so no further experience for the blade. Stuck on 1.3. Demon Hunters. Let's see. Where's he going? Is he going for the mercenaries? Yes. Archer pull.
The Berserker isn't even available yet, though. He's just creeping the Renegade with a demon and an archer.
Well,
I didn't know this was possible.
Rewind a little, then Remind, since it's come back, known for quite some cool creep routes. But is this working out?
Did you see that? The rogues returned and then they re-aggroed on the archer. And the Demon Hunter took barely any damage. How did he do that?
I don't know, man.
I don't know either. Is he gonna keep the belt?
For trading early, it's quite fine. He does. On the other side, CD does pretty much the same. With a Sumi mask for him and his second hero.
Interesting creep routes here. Level 2 for the blade now. Another Agi tome. Oh, but this grunt looks to be doomed. Unless the Blade Master comes over to save him with a speed scroll, his life is forfeit.
Against Demon Hunter with boots. Oh, speed scroll it is.
Alright. Saves the grunt, but speed scroll is always a valuable commodity. So that one being gone is a factor.
On the right-hand side, we have a building that could be a Hunch Soul for Dryad's Mountain Giants. And he's making sure to creep up level 3, while the Blade Master is on his side of the base. Not waiting for the Shadow Hunter even. Just creeping it up.
He went for the Lodge. Did you see that?
Yeah, Radar Walker, huh?
No, Lodge.
Oh, Lodge. Oh, Lodge.
So, whether you're facing Talons or Dryads, isn't Lodge just bad either way?
I mean, Purge could work against Cyclone.
But only so many times. Like, the Talons will have... So, what's in the base here? Keeper. Keeper second, that must mean Dryads, I guess.
Neutron played it with Talons as well. But in general, I would agree. Level 3.
Level 3 Demon, he's very strong right now. I really like this early game by Remind. Quick level 3. And now, time to start the burning.
Yeah. There's a Sobi and double mantle, so it's not that bad. Serpent wards are... I always don't know. Like, you can easily run away from them with fast Dryads, and if he goes Talons, then you can just Cyclone, step back. Not sure. Like, with Huntress, you have to run into these snakes. But with everything else...
Confidence on Remind, dude. 1 Archer, 1 Demon, and he's hyper aggressive. Here comes the Keeper, and now he has Entangle. Oh, the Berserker would be a big kill, but the Demon is, I think, too hurt.
He has no TP, you gotta be careful. There's no Hex, so he can control this relatively well, but what if there's a Purge all of a sudden?
Oh, dude, the block on the Grunt. Oh my god, did you see that? The Demon Hunter couldn't reach the Berserker. Still gets the kill, gets the staff out. That was a sick block, though.
We have the first Walker out. And Bears.
Bear Rush. What? Oh, sorry, I missaw that. I thought it was a totem. I thought it was a lodge, but it's a totem, actually. Yeah, totem makes much more sense.
Yeah. So, we're gonna get Dryads against this, though, right? It's not only Bears. Or is he just dropping the base with his Zeppelin?
I'm not sure. A few Dryads, especially when you have the Bear front line to block for you, should make sense.
Yeah. This early game is so cheap by Remind, though. He played 1 Archer only, right?
Yeah.
1 Archer and Boots. That's his investment.
And Circlet, but yeah, definitely. Not much else. And now he's just being annoying, harassing. Oh, burning the walkers is a big deal, by the way. That's the mana pool for Dispel. Oh, Demon. Ensnare trapped, maybe, but there's always a staff to get him out.
Yeah. Double Claws on the Blade, pretty good, especially for Amazonia. So lack of damage shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, it's great items for Sini, but also really good items for the Demon Hunter.
So do we have a Warmill already, and will we go Kodos? I don't think so, no.
He should definitely add one.
Snack them Bears. Yummy, yummy.
3 Raiders. Isn't that a little too high? Shouldn't 2 Raiders for 2 Ensnares be good enough? Ensnares is really good for locking down the Bears, but Raiders for actually fighting the Bears are awful.
Yeah. Ensnare Blade Master, I guess, and of course if you're ensnared you can't run away from Serpent Wards.
I wonder if Starshaped is watching. He's like, I told you, bro. I told you Bears were good.
An echo from like 4 years ago.
No, he said that like half a year ago, I think.
Yeah, he's like, since 4 years he's of that opinion. Not changing.
Bears still do need 2 more damage, but...
That is absolutely correct.
Let's see how they do here.
Even Lado's son knows that already.
You think that was the first thing he says?
That's the first...
2 damage! Say Dada. Say Dada.
Plus 2! With a roar, you can of course creep quite fast. Keeper will be level 3 in a bit. Demon Hunter's trying to find some mana burns. Oh man, that's a chill mid-game so far.
Is he seriously playing pure Bears? All Bears? Is he wanting to open a zoo? Like, what the hell is happening here?
And is Sini playing only Radar Walker? Like, Kodos would be the best thing against Bears.
He has 4 Raiders also. 4!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Where's the Kodo?
Not in love with the Kodo. It's actually pure Bears. Are you kidding me?
Well, why build 2 different units if you can win the game with just 1 unit? The wisdom of side. Dripping off onto Remind.
I guess with that many Raiders, perhaps you'll be able to permanently lock down the demon, and then the Shadow Hunter never gets burned? Maybe? Oh, Remind is really close to double level ups. Yep. Real close.
4 and 3, but where to go now?
If he gets double Orb of Venom, I'm sure Starship, even if not watching yet will be woken up in Sweden somewhere through the night of mind connection. Oh my god, double orb!
That's very pog, indeed. So, Thorn's Aura will do great against the Raiders. Going for the Blade, who is pretty much the only damage that we finally have a Kodo. But Blade Master already down, and like, Spirit Link will do great. But
This is just a 50 supply army of pure bears.
Yep.
This is not supposed to work, dude!
Well, do you not question Remind? Gets the kill here.
Want the double level up? It is, right?
Oh boy.
Oh, that's a big deal.
So, level 2 Aura or Entangle? Okay, Entangle it is. Super tanky DH now. With extra armor, extra HP.
Demon is really not the target you want to focus. Oh,
Nope.
he ate the illusion, I think, with the Kodo.
Oh, Sini, this game is not going too well for you. Bears are starting to fall. No Serpent Wards, by the way, saving all the mana for the heal wave. There's 2 bears falling.
Yeah.
Sini is 13 supply ahead. Heal scroll. And there's more bears falling. This walker damage is adding up over time.
Yeah. Next heal scroll comes in. Sini is still looking in
Oh,
great shape.
crap!
The keeper. Uh-oh. Has to TP out.
Oi, 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 oi. 1k gold on Remind as well.
5 walkers now.
That's a lot of magic damage, that's a lot of Spirit Link, that's a lot of Dispel, and that's 2 Kodos as well. Not even sure if Remind is at 49 or if two of his units got eaten.
That looks like 50 supply. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I always felt like is what happens to bears. Bears, you know, you want to have them be the superior front line, but when you're fighting against a well-rounded Orc army with Spirit Link, normally the Orc army is better.
That is very true. Slicing through the rock golems now. Is there a level up for him? Not really. Level 2 crit already, so level 4 for the Blade Master won't do too much.
Nice Wisp Scout here. Sees Sini taking the red, so Remind knows he's safe to take the red on the other side.
During all of this, by the way, Sini is an upkeep, so he's losing gold. Double staff, double orb for Remind. He's investing his gold into something else than army. So he's saving a bit of money. Not sure if that's worth it, though.
I mean, now he's an upkeep as well, Remind.
Yeah.
I would love to know the upgrades on these bears, by the way. 0-0. Well, that doesn't seem like it's the right play. Item.
Full of cunning.
Oh, that's trash.
On the other side.
Animal Valor. That's a lot better.
And how beautiful that icon is, isn't it?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Here comes Remind for a little bit of a creep jack, waiting for the rest of the army. Always wisps for detonate against the Spirit Link. That's nice, but can just be reapplied. You also need a lot of Dispel, though. So it's never bad to have. And Snare's flying to hold Remind back.
He has 66 supply. Pure bears.
Yep.
Pure bears.
Yep.
Takes out 1 Kodo.
No,
Oh, never mind.
he doesn't, thanks to Spirit Link and healing. That's double level 4. Is it time for the Serpent Wars? Yep. Unlock level 2. That's some value damage. Gets the bear back, focusing the Shadow Hunter. He has to move away. Bears are falling again in the center and on the right-hand side. One is surrounded, taken out easily with Focus Fire of all these walkers.
Shadow's out of mana, though, almost. Oh my god, is Reminder winning this level 5 Demon Hunter?
Okay.
Everything's out of mana. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? 66 supply pure bears. Have you ever tried playing 66 supply pure A-bombs?
Oh no, don't start that, man. Needs a lot of healing now and time. The magic of Remind.
It's actually working. Oh my god.
Blade Master vs Demon Hunter, lots of misses, no crits yet. Everything's so bruised, and then tangle, and right clicks, and bye-bye first hero. Remo, are you befuddled right now? GG, remind! 2-0 in the WGL Team League. After taking out Yumiko, takes out Sini as well. Production is asleep a little. Well, that's fine. It's totally fine. We didn't expect this either. We're mind blown as well. There we go. Remind! WCG and BlizzCon champion. Still rocking in 2020.
Really cool early game, especially. AZ, of course, a good early map for the demon. That renegade creep was actually something really spicy. But that shouldn't have worked, man. I mean, it's cool that it did. It's a new strat, but I don't think I've seen myself exactly that way yet. It worked against Sini. Does this work against the best orcs? Hitman, are you in chat by any chance? You said before AZ is a horrible map. Is that what happens to all the orcs on this map?
I feel if he adds a Kodo earlier, or Kodos earlier, and then speed scroll snack, run away. Speed scrolls in general were kinda low.
Where were the speed scrolls? There is 0 dispel on the Night Elf side.
Yep. Well, there was wisps, but only for the engagement, and then they're gone.
Yeah, shouldn't you have like 3 Kodos, only 2 raiders, a bunch of grunts, a bunch of walkers?
For once, I do agree with you, Remo. That doesn't happen then.
And we see here in the highlights that first snack he got off was in fact against an illusion. That's really bad luck. There's 9 bears on the field, and the one you devour happens to be the illusion.
Shouldn't play the lottery today. No, no, no. Thorns are, of course, working nicely against the Spirit Link. Lots of damage everywhere. And beautiful bear concave. No focus fire, by the way. Like, you could also play this a little Talon-esque. Separate one bear, focus with the walkers, but the walkers are all over the place. They can't target one bear. Remind. Cool. That means we get a second 2-2 down the road. Okay.
Something went horribly wrong in this engagement. I don't know what exactly it was, but something went very wrong. How many heal scrolls did he have, by the way?
0.
0?
Well, that's not too great. He had a Subi Mask level 2 heal wave, though. But very, very low mana. And then no speed scroll. That hurts.
In the first big fight, there was also always a spell against, you know, the roar. But when there's 10 bears, you can't dispel the roar anymore.
Nope.
Kind of crazy that this worked without upgrades on the bears. It was 0-0. And some people say they need +2 damage. How ridiculous.
And then pressed against the forest, just destined to die. A little bit of bad luck with all the misses, though. But yeah, Remind, finding new ways to win against Orc. No mass hunts, no talents, just straight up bears. Yeah, not bad. That's the tie after 2 maps. 2-2 goes to NP. Remind with a 2-0 for him personally, and the 1-1 in this clan war. We are going into a little break once I find that button, and I do. Oh, Remo! I just see something. We cracked a milestone, and you do know that I love my milestones. 10 million views on this channel.
Damn, dude. 10 million views.
That's a big number. That's 7 digits. 8 even. 8! Crazy. Thank you all so much for being with us and Warcraft 3. So, we go into a little break, and then it's time for the second 2-2. We still have Yumiko and WFZ, and we still have Joshishi, Fast, and Shun on the NP side. Who's going to take the lead? Who's claiming the match points? See you in 3 minutes. 1-on-1 number 2 in the clan war of Why.R versus NP. 2-2 goes to NP. And then Remind with Mass Bears taking the first solo. Now it's time for redemption for WFZ. Could have gotten the win for Why.R last week when it was 2-2. But Sock said no. On this very map, we have cross position. Fast as the Orc for NP versus WFZ for Why.R.
TSC2, thank you for the 22-month resub. Yeah, WFZ going into this as the favorite. That's something that I don't get to say a lot. So I'm savoring this moment right now. And going for a Ted Fiend opening. Back when this map was played a lot still, it was mostly a Fiend opening with a slow hero. But Ted Fiend opening provides a lot of advantages. DK being out on the map earlier, level 2 being achieved earlier, and most importantly, the tech being a lot faster.
So we have a DK, no shenanigans for WFZ, taking things serious. Of course, it is about a lot of money here. If you make it into the top 6, that's already twice the prize money than 7th or 8th place. So this win to both of the teams matters a lot, especially losing after losing the first round. So on this map, of course, no critters, making creeping a little harder. Decent map for a Blade Master, I would say.
Yeah. Really good map for a Blade Master, I would say. Easy to snag the claws at the ogre camps. And also, if you have some time, you can easily snag the Watch Awards, which is another very questionable choice of this map. We have Watch Awards at both merchants, which give permanent vision, which cannot be killed or dispelled or anything done to.
Yeah, a relic from old times. We were experimenting with a couple of things. And it kind of stuck for whatever reason.
Was Turtle Rock around in Reign of Chaos?
There's a tavern on it, so nope. Was it a Frozen Throne map?
Yeah, but maybe that was added later?
No,
or
I don't think so. I can't remember Turtle Rock without tavern.
Because Echo Isles was around in Reign of Chaos already, right?
That is correct.
Jesus Christ, let's still play today.
Your hate for Echo
I'm
Isles.
absolutely not on a crusade, Neo.
No. You don't sound like a broken record at all.
Ring and Sleepers for the DK here early, not the best items. Blade Master with claw gloves, circlet. Oh, and didn't even have to go for healing yet. I like this build by Fast. It's a 2 borrow tech, but still pretty fast because of the delayed shop. That's kind of cool. Having a high number of grunts on this map is really valuable because there's tons of turtles with medium armor, just like these. This is especially important for the middle of the map, where you can get big consumable items, and also for the red camp starting position. This is where Orc is really favored in the early mid game. They can creep the starting red camp super easy. And that is normally something that you should expect to see.
Yeah, very on that typical creep route by WFZ. Very predictable. Green to orange to shop. Could be easy punishable, but it's so far away with these starting positions, so rather not. Red spot for Fast.
Creeping the camp only with 1 fiend, so he's gonna need to use a lot of mana for this, which he does. Another ring. The Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, indeed. And Fast does what orcs do on this map. Fast creep up the red spot, flute for him. In this matchup, actually really good if we go tier 3 headhunters.
Yeah, absolutely. The longer the game goes, the more Orc moves away from melee and goes only into ranged army. In the ultra late, you want Berserkers and Walkers and Kodos. So flute there should be really good. Is this level 3 for the blade?
Yep.
Oh, yes, precisely. Wow. That's an amazing creep route. It's Ogre, Green, Red, boom, level 3. With lots of grunts early, with a delayed shop. This is an amazing build. I love this build by Fast.
Yeah. Well done.
Didn't know he could do it.
And a steal. And of course, it's WFZ's camp, so it was a ring anyway. Grunts are coming in, trying to flank. and block, but okay. Taking some time now, waiting for the Shadow Hunter. If this happens with the Shadow Hunter in it, hui.
Yeah, but the Blader still has tons of mana. Can send the grunts back to the Shadow. Tier 3 is already coming in on both sides. The Lich updated and reforged with the golden grills. I think that's a fascinating fashion choice. Grills. I would love to try those, but I imagine it would be pretty weird.
Yeah, it would be really good. First, no eyebrows experiment, then grills. Gotta keep that Twitch chat coming.
Yesterday we talked about the forehead donut. Maybe I can throw that in as well.
Yeah, I mean, you're at home anyway, right? Not too many people see you except the millions and millions of Back to Warcraft fans.
More than 10 million, hell yeah. Nice scout here with a skeleton. Sees the merchant being taken. Seems like the Shadow is a little bit late.
Yeah, I agree. Most of the camp is already gone. Second Watch Award goes to him though. Red spot now for WFC. So they're taking the same camps, just at a different time.
Yeah, what Fast is supposed to do now is roam with the Blade Master, force mana out of the undead, steal a few creeps, and the Shadow Hunter in the meantime solo creeps up with the grunts. But Fast is keeping his whole army together to now snipe the Ogre Lord. Wait, is he actually creeping the whole camp? Oh, he is. Oh, that's gonna be scouted though. Dude, amazing skeleton scouts by WZ.
He's pretty close, man. Thank you, Stars and Stripes, for the 600 bits, by the way. 600 bits for 6 feet of social distancing. Wagner Lol with the sub, and OTSC2 with a 22-month resub. Thank you guys so much. Heal Rune used very early.
Item.
Oh, Endurance Aura.
Ancient Django. Not bad. That means when the TC comes out on tier 3, he can go for Stomp first, still has both, and then after he can sell it when the TC gets to 2.
Oh, Remo, you're so smart. True War General.
Blade is level 4. Really early.
Yep.
Really early.
But does it matter that much with this inventory?
Once he gets Code Aura, he still gets good damage.
True.
Plus, there's plenty of bonus damage left. Actually, not that much bonus damage items left.
No, it's mostly consumables on the back of the turtle, which WFC grabs up right now. Got the flute as well, wonderful for the fiends, big healing, and the Pit Lord.
I like the early game creep route and the quick level 3 on the blade. But beyond that, I think this Blade Master is played way too passively.
Yeah, I agree. So, he arrived at level 3 very early in the bottom left, and since then hasn't left the side of the Shadow Hunter really.
Yeah. And creeping on level 4 is really ineffective. You get so little experience. That's all experience the TC isn't receiving. Who would be benefiting much more from these remaining camps. Dude, we might be creeping up all of Turtle Rock without a single fight.
Yeah, it's a big map. Unholy Aura, not the greatest, but good to not give it to Fast, because then he would be really fast.
Invul, Score the Beast, by the way, is really good for the undead. And this could be a fight breaking out. This turtle still has a big bounty to give away.
Scroll the Beast, pop. Late Master in the back, not opting for the statues, but rather for the fiends. That burrow was a little bit too late. TC just dies, though. Coil Nova, bye-bye.
Didn't go for the statues first, which is normally what he's supposed to do. Wait, does he have 0 raiders?
Mm-hmm.
He has 0 raiders. He also doesn't have Berserker upgrade. And he's fighting into a Scroll of the Beast. A lot of questionable choices here by Fast. Want to get that Gargantuan. Lich is very close to the level up, by the way. Fast gets the creep, and with that, got the big mana. Ooh, that's a good item.
Is there a way to creep up the TC now that he lost the first fight? Oh, more damage raining down on the Orc. Blade Master's taking care of that statue now. Level 4 DK.
It's a weird shot position.
Thank you, Cortex, for the sub. An immediate expo by WFC. Winning that fight, expo immediately. Not bad.
Yeah, not a perfect engagement there by Fast. Didn't take out the statues right away. Didn't go in with speed scroll. Didn't find the end snares. You know, it's easy to complain in this matchup that Orc is super strong, which it can be in the very late game, but it is very hard to execute. And Fast here in the first engagement didn't pull it off perfectly. But he has a Blade Master close to 5, so that's something. And he's going to find the cancel in the north.
Relatively easy. Moving there with the entire army, though. Again, a little ineffective. Could maybe creep the turtles at the same time. Because he really needs levels on the TC.
Was this supply blocked when he reached tier 3? It felt like this TC was later than it should have been.
You said that about the Shadow Hunter already as well. You're right.
Oh, and again, he's creeping with the blade. At this point, it might be okay because he's so close to 5. But if he had played more aggressively with the Blade Master, he would surely be level 2 TC and probably close to level 3 TC by now.
Almost the entire map gone. There's a little bit on the bottom left, plus the turtles next to the base of Fast. But he's on the opposite side, so not easy to reach.
Ring +4.
WZ, did you see Eddie just shaking his head? Like, come on.
For the pit lord, it's actually really good. He should give over some rings to the pity. TC's still not level 2. Man.
It's so crazy. Like, we heard about this ring curse for WFZ in like 2014, and it still remains true 6 years later. That poor soul.
One cap is left, pretty much. The gargantuan cap. Oh, tiny great hall! Oh my god! He could be canceling it, maybe.
Oh, Shadow Hunter!
Way too far forward!
About to pop. Oh, your Stomp was good. Attacking on the Lich, but that's a full mana DK, and as you know, a lot of rings.
He's not dying. I think there was a heal potion coming in there. DK has so much mana left for coils. And Fast, it doesn't seem to be connecting with the damage. Takes out the destroyer, okay, but that might be the only kill he gets here.
Pit Lord with the cleave in the back on the Headhunters. Pit Lord a little bit surrounded. Both heroes are surrounded by the entire Orc army. So WFZ TP's out. Expo is up, so his hero focus was the right choice. Close to level 5 now, level 2 TC. And saves the Expo.
Yeah, decent salvage by Fast. That was a horrible engagement. Absolutely atrocious. And that might be the Gargantuan now going to him as well. Which perhaps finally he can solo creep with a TC. But no, he's just standing here.
WFC expanding in the bottom left. I didn't even see that.
The Undead trying to distract from this one with another push towards the enemy Expo. Doesn't have Death Pact, by the way.
Yep.
Ooh, that's really dangerous against the level soon to be 5 Blade Master.
Especially after what we saw with what happened to his DK in round 1 of this team league. We lost the DK.
2 free kills right there. But the Haunted killed.
Haunted gone.
Why didn't he TP over there?
The Ghoul coming. Harassing this Expo. Peon's gone, and that... Is there a TP on him? No! So the tiny Great Hall did not pay off. We stay at 1 base.
Back to the 1 base. Okay. Very slight supply lead here for WFZ, but I don't think that's all with the army yet. Ooh, Raider once again feeling the pain. Alright, Fast engages in once more. Once more, ignoring the statues in the back.
Just going for the damage. Stomp in the middle of everything. No splits by WFZ. We have Howl of Terror, so there's not too much damage coming from the army. Blade Master very close to level 5, but struggling to reach that level for the level 3 critical strike. Berserkers are putting in some damage as well. Statues far in the back. WFZ trying to deal with it now as the Raiders approach him, but he's continuing to lose Fiends.
Blade Master needs one more kill for the level up. And we already saw crits more than 200. There's another one. Blade and focus fire. No invul on him still. The TC could transfer it. Probably should.
There was also no wind
He waves it there.
That was dangerous. Raid is about to fall, sends him back into the fight. Hall of Terror once again. Fiend slaughtered. Level 5 finally. Lich could be a target. There's still Coil. Goes for the Hex on the Lich. And the backstab and the Lich is gone. Fast. Are you turning this around? He's right next to the tavern. Could maybe go for a revive.
Doesn't have the gold for it right now.
Doesn't have the gold for it, yeah.
WZ forced to TP out. Oh boy.
That was real close.
Damn.
WZ and his heroes, man.
Fast with the comeback, but man, WZ, why do you hate splitting your fiend so much?
Yeah. That, oh, he lets it finish. Now we can't cancel it anymore. That's a big investment once again. That
oh, he misclicked and went level 3 Windwalk. Whoops.
Ah. Huh.
Yeah, that's 100% a misclick.
Okay, it is still time for the tiny Great Hall. It's not canceling this. We'll probably do it with the whole army. All things 2-base is just fine. Huh.
And again, he's creeping with a blade.
Bro. WFZ games, man. Especially on Turtle Rock. It's always so fascinating how he's able to...
What is that grunt doing here? There's no way he can kill anything.
It's just a bait. Come into my arms. Ooh, level 3 Pit Lord.
The level 3 backstab damage.
It's 100 damage, man. It's no laughing matter.
Oh, it kind of is, though.
Level 2 Howl of Terror. No cleave. Still waiting for that Lich. And we're down to 2-base, 1-base. I'm not liking WFZ's odds here anymore.
Once the Lich is back, he can still take a good fight if he gets a mana pot in the DK. He has one already. When he played against Focus, was he playing Banshees? Or not?
No, right? I don't think so.
Banshees would be so good.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of undeads don't like the double damage mitigation. Maybe they think it's overkill. You don't have to argue with me. I'm totally on your side. That Curse and Howl is a fascinating combo. But, you know, not too many people agree with us. We get Wyvern added to the mix. So,
right.
Another fight. 50 supply, 58 for WFZ. Okay, needs to win this and kill the Expo. Stomp again, he's not splitting. This is the easiest stomps I've seen in a long time. He's taking care of the statues earlier though.
Blade crit's not even too big yet. There is a dust to reveal these fiends. Another massive stomp in the middle of everything. And this TC is about to be level 3 with the shop right next to him. And the Hex killing off the DK. There was a TP, couldn't use it in time. Thanks to the crit. Takes out the first hero. And Fast, after all, seems to be winning this game.
This WFZ is supposed to be the strongest one-on-one player at Why.R. And again, it's a Why.R game and our predictions are 100% wrong. Oy, oy, oy. Storm dodged by an invul. That was sweet. Goes for the DK at the tavern. But this is not good. This is absolutely not good. Takes out the last statue. He's down to his heroes and 2 fiends, but they're hurt. Blade Master just crits away.
Yeah. Dude, this shop here for Fast is actually so good.
Yep.
If he runs out of mana for healing, he can always go for the heal pots. But he's not even out of mana yet.
Everything is slow now.
WFZ is.
TC has no mana, that's true. There's still heal wave and pretty much everything. Blade Master could be enough. 216! And the level 3 Windwalk Remo got him the kill and the win. Fast with an upset over WFZ. Wufa Zhen again losing the match for his team. 0-2 in the Team League now.
Look good there for WFZ. The early game was absolutely solid. Fast there actually was a little too passive, but Orc tier 3 does work out in the end. But there was definitely room for improvement there for WFZ.
Yeah, doesn't feel like he's at his very best at the moment, unfortunately. Maybe not the best mentality at the moment. He threatened to quit after being insulted by the Chinese community a little. This performance here today won't help. Losing the 2-2, losing the 1-on-1. Not the day of Wufa Zhen. And eliminated in next as well. Oh boy, that's a rough week.
Well, kind of typical WZ week, to be honest. So
that's so mean.
True, though.
Chinese Remo.
So last time their second 2v2 was Hainiu and Yumiko. Ah, yeah, that was that crazy game on Norwood.
Yeah. That could happen again. Or you switch it up with WFZ and Remind, but you really want Hainiu, I think. Yeah. Up to them, I guess. What's in for NP? They could play Shishi and Fast. Fast must be pumped after this game.
Yeah, Shishi and Shun they already played. And Shishi and Fast we have seen before.
They could also play Fast and Shun, but I don't think that's the best choice. So, highlights of the game of Fast versus WFZ. Man, this TC just got off with way too many storms. In general.
Yeah. And, you know, I know I repeat myself, but throw 3 Banshees into that fight and it looks very different.
Yeah, at least what you do is like force your opponent to go into walkers at some point. That's some resources that don't end up in the army or on items or on whatever. Just helps. Of course you have to invest as well.
Is that the moment where the Lich dies, by the way? Because that was a really good hex. He forced the coil on the DK, yep, and then goes for the Lich, realizing coil is on cooldown, then goes for the hex so there's no invul. That was a really good play by Fast. And this Lich kill probably won him the game.
Yeah. Yeah, WFZ was staying in that fight without the Lich. No immediate TP out. Was one more loss on the Fiend and big damage. That could have been the Pitlord kill right there. Blade Master was already in the air. That could have ended the game, but it happened a little bit later in the middle of the map. When Fast decided, okay, time to hunt these statues now. Let's get rid of the regen. The TC with big storms. And just a good damage dealing, range piercing army by Fast. Always having a Kodo, always having mana on the Shadow Hunter. The basics were just very solid. Yeah, and then level 3 TC, DK falls.
Yeah. I was ready in that game to watch it end and say WFZ wins. Fast wasn't quite on his level, but I guess he was.
Cool to see. This is the stories that Clan was right when an underdog in best of 1 can take maps of a favorite. Not the craziest upset like Spiral versus Lawlight, but still was not to be expected that way. And now it's match points for NP in the upcoming 2-on-2. The only player that lost a 1-on-1 for Why.R is WFZ, by the way.
Only player yet. And you said I was being mean to WFZ.
100 backstab damage from Windwalk level 3. This is how the clan war stands. Why.R in trouble. Match points for NP. We go onto the second 2-on-2 map here in a bit. It should be Yumiko and Hainiu versus Joshishi and Fast, but we will reveal the lineups in a second when we continue with WGL Team League. We go into map number 4, the 2-on-2. Joshishi and Fast versus Yumiko and Hainiu. Clan War life on the line for Why.R, for the man in the left hand, or on the left hand side. Shishi looking good in the 2-on-2. Hasn't played his 1-on-1 yet. He's saved for a potential ace match. And this is stuck again for whatever reason. There we go. Oh, actually, we don't start yet. Maybe that's a little bit of an issue with the game. But we're gonna be there very, very soon, guys. So now our game starts. And here we are. Match points for NP after the loss against UMAD last week. They could get a 3-1 win if they end up winning this map. It's once again Turtle Rock.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute, what?
No, never mind.
Human and Night Elf for Yumiko and Hainiu. Joshishi and Fast with Orc and Night Elf.
All right. Once again, the question is going to be, how well can you make the Dryads work against the Rifles? Or is there going to be something else planned, perhaps? A power build on the altar by Yumi. That's another Yumi special. Very rare to see nowadays anymore. The resources you lose, normally a little bit too costly. But Yumiko doesn't care. He doesn't care what the meta is about nowadays. He plays MK first mass footies. Well, not here, but with WFZ he does. Blade Master, quick shop. It's going to be a lot of harass by Fast here early. Especially on Turtle Rock, we see that quite a bit.
But he's in the same lane with Hainiu. So he will be facing a Keeper, which is definitely not the best encounter you can have. Shishi going for a Keeper as well? I'm not sure.
It's going for Demon. Classic
right.
Demon Blade combo. The AM is the early bird. First to arrive. Just like I was in elementary school.
What? Why?
Did I ever tell you that story?
Did your mom want to get you out of the house?
No, so I got myself ready, like starting in first grade because my mom was working late.
Okay.
And
no jokes there.
No jokes there. So what I was told was, all right, you get up at 7, you set your alarm, and then you brush your teeth, get your breakfast. There was breakfast prepared, and then you go to school. So I did that, and I was living close to school, and I was pretty fast in the morning. So normally it took me about 15-20 minutes to get all that ready, and then I went to school. So I was at school at like 7:25. School started at 8. And I would just sit there and wait until school started.
You never learned?
And that was because they told me, you get up at 7, you do your stuff, and then you go to school, and then school starts. And yeah, I thought that was my duty. And I did that for like 2 months or something. Until I finally told my mom, I was like, Mom, why do I have to get up so early? I'm at school every day, half an hour early. And she was like, oh my God, yeah, you don't have to do it that early if you're faster. I was like, okay, thank you for the permission.
And she's like, oh, what a dumb kid I'm gonna raise right there. It turned out to be quite okay for you, I gotta say. So, a little bit of harass by Yumi, but he's without mana. And what's there really to accomplish? Not too sold on these aggressive early games by Yumi.
He's gonna get 1 archer. Was that all? 1 archer, 1 wisp.
Yeah.
Blade hits level 2. Demon and Blade, in fact. Both level 2. Oh, snagging that grunt with an ensnare or entangle would have been amazing, but he's out of mana.
Yeah. First job went too fast. He got the Pendant of Energy and the Watcher Wars from the left-hand side. Really willing to go for this one. Well, it's dangerous. No hunts for Shishi. The Night Elves play this very differently. But of course, the different race combos, so makes sense.
Is Hainiu staying tier 1?
Dude, with human Night Elf, I have really no expertise.
We'll see. I would certainly think Yumiko should be going into rifles, but Yumiko seems like the one human player who still doesn't like rifles.
Yeah,
So maybe...
I'd rather see him go mortars than rifles. But he played rifles last time against F4. So that could happen. Makes sense. Makes so much sense.
Yeah, rifles are pretty good.
Hainiu trying to jump onto the archers, maybe. But not too many heroes around. Constant mana burns by Shishi. Shishi playing this very solid.
Gonna have daytime arriving soon, and with that, heal scrolls become available. It's always a big deal in the 2v2s.
Yeah, for both teams, this is the B team, pretty much. Yumiko usually with WFZ, Shishi and Shun open the clan war. And Shishi and Shun were pretty successful so far. MK second, double racks, rifles, let's go! I like the double racks.
Yeah. And expanding as well.
Oh, that's pretty expensive. Then Hainiu must feed it
Yeah, a lot.
He's also only at 40, not making his way up to 50. That makes sense.
Oh, big mana pot. But looking at the heroes here for Team NP, they all don't seem like late game carries at all.
Not in 2-on-2, no. Single target. Not really what you want. Reveal on the 2 hunts. Gets only 1. There's another one right there.
There's no expansion coming up, by the way. These militia were just for creeping.
Okay. Hainiu, how to get out there with his herd hunts. Everything is damaged. He's trying now, but there's a Naga against it and a Blade with a lot of mobility. And Why.R just keep on losing units.
Shishi did lose a lot of archers there, though, himself. We have a Kodo finally coming in that's adding in a lot of damage. But is he going walkers even? Are walkers good? In my opinion, walkers are always good, but not every orc seems to think so.
Shishi and Fast, they did play it pretty careful. Just staying on their side. Let the opponents come to them. And rightfully so. They have good trades so far. The Naga pick. Okay. Not too sure. Usually you want to play her aggressively. Don't see the big upside of that.
Yeah, true. If it was a Panda instead, if this was going super late, his impact probably would be more impressive. Speaking of impressive, Olga Lord in Reforge is so freaking massive. And drops the Cloak of Flames for the MK. Not bad.
More AoE. Real nice. Are you a little jealous of the Ogre Lord? That he's so buffed. And you can't go to the gym at the moment?
I don't know if you've checked out his belly before, but he is definitely not pure muscle. Turtle Rock into V2, a pretty small map. Gets crept up pretty quickly. Another Pendant of Energy. This makes it 2 Pendants of Energy for Why.R. No, for NP, I mean.
So Dryad's coming. Another poke into the base by Hainiu. But what does it really do? Does he really buy that much time by keeping NP on their side of the map? They got the first red spot. That's nice.
Yeah, what I'm wondering is how are these rifles gonna be dealt with? I see no counter to the rifles anywhere.
Yeah. Solo pickups, for sure. Blade Master, Naga, both good. But how to reach with the Blade Master is not the biggest issue. Fork Lightning can deal with them as well. But in masses on 2 racks, I don't know, man. They need MGs.
Oh, bit of a creep jack here. Long range Stormbolt. Sniping the Kodo would be tremendous.
Oh, Blizzard transition, more AoE, and clap on top of things as well. All of a sudden, the fights start to look good. One rifleman a little bit out of position. There was Fork Lightning, but the grunts are fast. They just disappear against AoE from Hunt and focused fire from Rifleman.
It's throw the beast and throw protection here on Why.R.
Yeah.
I don't think they have any chance of losing this fight.
We'll see. We've seen some throws before. Mountain King is out of mana. Trying to deal with these raiders would be 2 big pigs. Hainiu sending the hunts away, and the hunts are all about to drop. Shishi and Fast, these dryads are tearing the hunts apart. And now
they just hit level 3 with his double penalty.
Bye-bye! Yumiko, Mountain King dealt with.
What?
See?
Man, our calls are awful today.
Today. TP out by Yumi. That did not work. And that's GG. That's the clan war. Shishi and Fast hold the entire game, defend every single push, get distracted by these little pokes, and Yumi and Hainiu lose their second 2-on-2 as well.
That was actually pretty one-sided. How did that turn out so?
Apparently, we overestimated the rifles a little.
That sounds like nonsense. If anything, you can only underestimate rifles. But yeah, that's the next clan war ending before we get to the final match. 3-1 victory.
Very important.
For NP.
For NP, yeah. Why.R now with 2 losses against F4 and NP. Those are not the top 3 clans that we have in the league. It's gonna be a rocky season for them. They massively have to step up their game. And again, just like in the first one, I think this early aggression by Yumi is just not working out.
Yeah. Maybe you should try to take it later. Maybe try to bank a little, camp a little, get to 60, 70 supply. Because that is normally where Demon and Blade fall off really hard.
Yeah, they
maybe get some mortars in the mix.
They played a little into their hands. Lots of Dryads were out. These hunts in 2-on-2 in general, I keep on saying this since January. Broken record, Neo, I know, but piercing damage meta, range meta, that doesn't do good for hunts at all.
Yeah. I was really surprised to see the archers do so well in that game. Archers by Shishi. I thought their damage from the back was going to be okay, but not so impressive. But them along with the Dryads put in really good damage there towards those hunts.
Yeah, just very solid. So Shishi, in the interview, of course, the team captain and star player of NP. He looked really happy after the first 2-on-2. Seems to have expected this. Of course,
that was
wearing his
absolutely
chain.
An important win for NP. I was looking up next week's clan war for them. So they're gonna play also tomorrow again. Ooh, dude. Their next 2 clan wars is against Rogue Warriors.
And let me guess.
ELL.
ELL. Oh
boy. Get those wins in while you can.
For Why.R, that is, or NP?
For NP.
Ah, for NP, okay. Well,
Why.R, it's the same actually, it's just swapped around. It's ELL first and then Rogue Warriors.
Yeah, I can definitely see a 0-4 for Why.R. That
this is
likely.
It's actually looking very likely. That's going to be a 0-4 start for Why.R.
Yeah, with that really important win for NP. And there's the emotion by Shishi. That's how we know him.
This might also mean that UMAD versus NP is going to be a really important match. No, wait, we already had that.
UMAD versus Why.R.
Yeah.
That's the $4,000 clan war for you, Matt. Pretty sure.
Yeah. And that's absolutely doable. That is a winnable clan war for you, man.
I see that too. With Cash being in the shape he was today, absolutely. With Sonic in rising shape, with Todd winning all the decider matches, how can he lose a clan war?
Yeah, if they get a few 2v2 wins as well. Today it may have been a 0-3 for you, Matt, but that was closer than it seems on paper. And also, it was freaking Rogue Warriors. They are the kings of this league at the moment. 3-1 and 3-0 victories. ELL, another favorite team, is gonna be our next one coming up. Them versus F4.
That's gonna be really interesting, man. That is Lolite, Lin, and 120 versus Yumiko, Sok, Soin, and Check. On paper, everything speaks in favor of ELL, but never underestimate Sok, never underestimate Yumiko. Might be coming down to the 2-2, and that's where ELL wasn't the strongest in the qualifier at the previous team leagues, but was a great start into the season. Seems like we're getting another break right here before the next clan war starts. So far, Rogue Warriors take the win. It is NP taking the win, and now will ELL follow. We go into a break, get some food, and then we're right back for you here at the Warcraft Gold Team League. Stay tuned.